good. Whatever divides it up into polygons that are pretty much equal size. So I'm just going to adjust that a little bit. Click the apply button, and that will run the thing again. Decrease it just in where it looks good, and click OK. That's the easiest way I know of creating a cylinder in the wall. Alright, now that that's done, we can concentrate on this floor right here. Although you see some holes right there, that's not actually modeled on. That's created by the use of an occupancy map. It would be pretty stupid to model that on, so I'll get to that later. Right now it's not important. Okay, so we're gonna start off by creating the framework of the hole in the floor with these bars right here that basically go around. Alright, to begin that, I'm gonna go into the shape mode and create a box, or a rectangle, that is. Give this rectangle a length of 10 units by 10 units. So bring this newly created object over here, and we're going to attach it to the floor and extrude it up like you saw over there. So go ahead and create convert this to an editable poly. And then we want to go back into our object here and attach it to this new object. Okay, to align this new object correctly with the floor so everything's symmetrical in the end, I'm going to connect these two edges right here temporarily with 5 segments. Actually 4. Then I'm going to just take the coordinates of these edges right here and here, and then copy them to this object right here so everything's aligned correctly. Now I'm going to copy this face over here, and actually we're not to that point yet, so never mind that. So I'm just going to go ahead and start modeling that thing right here. All these edges I just created here are temporary and they're for reference, but they affect nothing in the future. So go ahead and find out the coordinates for the z-axis for this bottom face here on the floor, and then transfer that over to this new object to make it completely flat. Now what we want to do is bevel this new polygon with a height of probably about, so we're going to make the height 2 units high and outline it with a -1.5. Okay, that looks good. So to line it up with this way and make sure everything again looks correct in the end result, I'm going to line this up with this bar right here. So go ahead and copy the coordinates from this face in front of the bar on the x-axis, and then paste it onto this newly created element. And then what we want to do is go ahead and clone this by holding down the shift key and dragging out and putting it on the same coordinate as this edge right here. Okay, now that we have everything lined up correctly, I'm going to go ahead and delete these temporary edges I created earlier, simply by selecting all of them and hitting the backspace key. Seem to have selected something else. Hold on. Accidentally selected that. Okay, again, hit the backspace key. Now what we want to do is create these small borders from connecting the little pegs there in the floor. To do that, you want to select this face right here and then go into the inset tool and inset it with a value of 1. Go ahead and click OK. Now I want to delete this face right here on the bottom. And copy the coordinates from the height of this bottom vertex and drag down the edge to that height. Okay, as you can see, something already screwed up, but that's an easy fix. I just forgot to do a certain step. So just bring that back up. And then I'm going to recreate that polygon I deleted earlier. Now I'm going to cut and I'm going to cut from here to the bottom here and from there to there. Now I'm going to line up these vertices on the y-axis. I'm going to delete this polygon here and target weld this vertex from here down to there. As you can see, that turned out a lot better than the last thing I did. Okay, now what we want to do is basically do the exact same thing from over here. But to save us time doing that, oh crap, did I just forget that? Oh. Sorry, never mind. I thought I just forgot to press play again, but sorry about that. Okay, to save time, I'm going to take this face right here and transfer it over here instead of doing that whole process over again. So go ahead and select all of these. Hold down shift and rotate it 90 degrees to a new element. Select this polygon here, get its coordinates on the x-axis, transform over to this new element, delete this face right here on the end. select a newly made element and copy the coordinates back to there. And something just messed up royally. Hold on. Okay, let me try copying that again. Something messed up. Well, something's not turning out right, but well, just kind of scratch everything I just did, and I'm just gonna go ahead and create this face over again over here, just by hand. It doesn't take that long anyway. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, now that that's done, what we want to do is copy this element from right here and replace that one over there, because we don't want to create these two things over again. This way it just makes it easier. So go ahead and copy the coordinates from this over here, which would be on the y-axis, and delete it. Now select this element over here, go into the mirror button, go into copy. Wait, hold on. Actually, what you have to do to mirror a specific part of the level is first you have to detach it to a separate object. So go into the detach button, just detach it, select this new object, go into the mirror button, go into copy, select to mirror it on the y-axis, and go ahead and go back to your original model and attach it to these two elements again. Select this element right here, just make sure it's back where you want it to be. Wrong thing, hold on. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now we're going to connect these two things with that border around there. This is fairly easy. All you have to do is just select these two polygons right here and click the bridge tool. Then go ahead and delete this bottom face because it's not used. And that's an easy way to make a border. Now for these other two borders right here, go ahead and delete the faces. Select the edges that make up the edges of this box right here. Something seems screwed up. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Somehow these edges right here got at an angle, and that wasn't supposed to happen. It's supposed to be a 90-degree angle right here. So I'm just going to correct that real quick by selecting this top edge, copying the coordinates on the x-axis, and pasting them at the bottom. That should make it 90 degrees. I'll do the